Welcome again to Fruitful Investment Structures. My name is Kalmbai, and if this is your first time to follow us, please make sure that you follow us and click on the notification button, subscribe. And I would like to thank many of our subscribers actually for the 10,000 milestone we have reached. So we are very proud and happy for you for reaching this milestone. And our goal is actually to give you the best content that we can and to provide you with the information that is actually needed for you and your family and the society. Please make sure that you actually keep the same mode of sharing and distributing these kind of videos so that everybody can be informed economically or the information that we are putting forth. So we would like to really say thank you again, because when you encourage us with the likes that you give us and the sharing that you do, I really appreciate that. So today I want to talk about why is actually Tesla going down. The reason Tesla is going down, it's actually very simple. It's because of the Doge. You guys have heard of the Doge. That is a government system that actually Elon Musk is actually working with, and he's actually working with that in order to reduce what? To reduce corruption. So the definition of Doge is actually the Department of Government Efficiency. So they really want to actually provide the best quality and reduce the outspending of the government, because the government probably spends a lot of money, and some of the money that is spent is actually on unnecessary thing. The idea is actually very, very correct. But I'm not sure if the way that they're doing it is correct, but we're going to go through it and see. So I think since Trump came in office, and then we have Elon Musk, who has been actually working on the Doge. And, he's not alone. He has a lot of businessmen who are actually working with him in a group. So they're trying actually to reduce and to increase the efficiency of the government, which is really kind of great. I think that is a great idea, because when I was listening actually to Elon Musk on Fox News, he says that some of the money, like close to $1 billion, was spent on actually a survey. So a survey costing almost $1 billion, that is actually a theft. And most of this money actually go to those people who are already rich and government people who actually can gain contracts. And they have actually knowledge of these contracts, and then they can gain contract through Amico or any other connection or something like that. And then they have their right into these kind of businesses. So the thing is, Elon Musk is coming to actually cut this down and to reduce the money that the government spends, which is actually understandable, because what I see is that America is going actually in a debt, and America is going in a very deep debt. They don't have a lot of money, but there is a lot of printing, and this money, it's a lot. You have almost 300 and something trillion dollars, 300 trillion dollars. Let's see, American debt, it's actually, let's see, national debt, real time, and let's see what it says. It's actually 36 trillion right now. So I think you can see there. No, it's $36 trillion. You can see there. So that is it, $36 trillion. So America is actually running out of money, and $36 trillion spent each, which has been spent, and you have debts, all across America. There is a U.S. total debt, there is a U.S. Total interest paid, there is credit card, and a lot of debts there. Let's say in terms of credit card, America has, let's say 200, this is an example I'm giving, 200,000 employees. But the thing is, you have double the credit card amount of those employees they have access to each and every employee has actually 2 credit cards. So the thing is, what is important? What is it necessary to have 2 credit cards? And and just instead of just having one, because having one must be enough. So you see, all those kind of things, the things that actually create a lot of room for corruption, a lot of room for theft, a lot of room for actually taking money from the government without it being noticed. So and this money is not free of charge, because this money is actually debt that America has taken, and it has to give it back to the Federal Reserve, because the Federal Reserve is actually the one who owns money, the one who prints money, and America needs to pay it back. So this money is owned by businessmen, it's owned by the Jews, it's owned by people who have a lot of money there, who actually sit in the shadow. So not like Elon Musk, who's actually putting himself there. So with this being said, and Elon Musk trying to actually fix this kind of thing, which is actually very hard for him to do. They're trying to spare $1 trillion, $1 trillion, or $1 billion, or $1 trillion in a month. That will be very, very difficult to do. And if that is achieved, that is very good, if they could actually achieve that. So all that actually is creating a lot of frustration, because you have some people who actually have been in the system who are not actually in the system. You have dead people actually who are receiving money, and this money does not go to dead people. It goes to living people who have actually stolen the information details from the dead, and they keep receiving money. So the system is actually not talking to each other. And when this system is not talking to each other, you have different kind of system. This Doge or the other system actually of payment does not talk with the system of actually a registration of the people. So you have all this kind of system which do not talk to each other. And when you have this kind of system which are not talking to each other, then you have some loopholes, and people are actually benefiting from that loophole to create to have money. So that's what Elon Musk is trying to do, to bind these loopholes, so that you can actually have you can limit theft from the government, or people taking advantage of the government. So this being said, Elon Musk is trying to do it, but you have Democrats as well who are actually very against the Republicans, and they're fighting everybody who is trying to help the Republicans in any way. So they are really there to fight, and they're not giving up their fight. So the Democrats, who were actually supporting Elon Musk in the beginning, because they were actually on the agenda of the green energy agenda, which I think it has probably lost its meaning, because the green agenda is not really taking on as it used to. And the other thing is that the impact on the environment of the electric cars is actually much more bigger, because you have child labor, and then you have mineral wars and exploitation, which have created wars all around the world. You have the DRC, where you have the largest deposit of actually coltan and all these titan and all these minerals, which is actually going through war. You have Ukraine, which has rare mineral earth, and it's still going through war. So you have all these wars which actually created because of this green energy agenda. So the thing is, it's becoming even much more dangerous than it was actually probable before. So it's really this green agenda has actually created much more wars and instability in the world than necessary. So the thing is, with that, Elon Musk is being punished by the Democrats because of his position that he has taken to actually defend America and to bring America to its former position. So this is not really something which is really easy for Elon Musk. His business is actually going underwater because of the position that he has taken. So the thing is, as a businessman, a business goes always with politics, because you have laws, you have rules, you have regulations which change. You have to affect all this. If you're a businessman, if you're a good businessman, you have to affect all this, or you have to navigate through them. So the best thing is, if you cannot navigate through them, it's best that you're actually there to make an impact. Because the thing is not about walking the same way, but it's also about making an impact on the thing that is happening around you. So Elon Musk, I think he's thinking, and he has been thinking of making a good impact on this kind of thing, changing the rules and regulations of how things must be done in the United States. And that is really good for somebody to do, because not always that these rules and regulations works for our best, but the thing is we should try to actually look it at a certain point where we are standing and looking it on another standpoint. So in order to understand what is actually going on, Elon Musk understands really business and how it works, and how he can actually make that business much more profitable. And his thoughts is actually to make this government very efficient. And in order to make that efficient, he's bringing in his career or his experience as a businessman. And that I think is a very good thing for a businessman, to bring up his understanding and his career or his experiences in the field to actually improve the U.S. government or the U.S. government's in terms of money and debts that they're actually dealing with right now. So you have also at the other side, you have the president. Donald Trump was actually supporting him in this kind of business, in this kind of position, because he's the one actually who created this and put him there. So Trump has been dealing with tariff and punishing other countries in terms of tariff, because he estimates that America has been really taken advantage of, which is really correct. America is the largest economy in the world, and it's the largest consumer of everything. You go from minerals, America consumes it. You go from technology, America consumes it. You go from food. America is, in short, the greatest consumer of everything. So everybody sells their good to America. Everybody wants America to be their clients. Everybody wants actually America to be dealing with them economically. But America, even though everybody wants to deal with America, everybody as well has taken advantage of America. Let's say, for example, Europe. Europe was in war in 1945, and Europe was economically down. Germany, which was actually the heart of Europe, had fallen down. So the thing is, you have this American plan, the big plan, the Marshall Plan, which came in to actually build Europe. So the Marshall Plan was actually a debt that America had given to Europeans with interest, of course, like they did it to Ukraine. So the thing is, Europe had to pay it little by little. And Europe has grown to become really a super economy, a very strong economy, a very reliable economy for the world. But that is thanks to America. Now, the thing is, since America, which is actually a big economy, is not happy to see that it's going underground, because everybody has taken advantage of America. China has become a big economy, a super economy because of America. So all these nations have really benefited from America. But still more, America, these countries have a lot of leverage of America, because they're selling a lot of things to America. But in the meanwhile, they're unable to buy things from America, because the money of America, or the dollar, the American dollar, is actually very strong. And when the dollar is very strong, it becomes very hard for other countries to actually sell their products. So there is also an agenda that what people are saying. Some people are saying that America is actually doing that, is actually doing all this. Donald Trump is putting a lot of tariff because they want to reduce the value of dollar. When by reducing the value of dollar, you have actually to pay much more money, less money to actually for the debts. Which I can understand, but still more, when they reduce the value, it becomes very hard for them to actually buy things from Europe, buy things from other places, because the European euro is very strong, and it becomes much more expensive for Americans to actually buy things from Europe, because they buy their medicine in Europe, they buy their cars in Europe. Europe has one of the the largest economies that America actually benefits from, except when we remove China from the equation. But the thing is, so if they remove that kind of, they reduce the value of dollar, which I think would be actually a mistake, because that will actually impact. It will impact a lot. It will impact a lot the businesses that are in America when it comes to the reserve that they have, and that will impact a lot the people who actually in America who depend on the cheap goods which comes from China. So imagine if America devaluates its dollar, which means the yuan, which is going to take an upper hand. And when you have the yuan taking an upper hand, you have all these, things become very expensive. A lot of Americans use TikTok to shop, or Chinese good, and then you have all this Chinese app which sells actually a lot of goods to Americans. So that will become very expensive, and that will actually change the equation. Then you make actually the Chinese even much more richer, and then you make the American reserve, or the American money will be actually not really attractive for many business people, or to invest in the American bonds will be actually a very difficult thing, because now the money has been devalued, and the bonds loses kind of value. So that being said, I'm not sure, but if somebody has actually exact ideas, please make sure that you comment there. That's what I had, so I'm just trying to bring that with you. So we have that kind of thing that is happening right now, and Donald Trump is imposing tariff, and you have Europe, which is actually responding with their own tariff, and then you have Canada responding with their own tariff, and Mexico responding with their own tariff. So which makes it really complicated and really hard for America. So let us say, do you think Donald Trump will keep on increasing the tariff? So how long is this tariff going to go? Because it started in the first term of Donald Trump. They increased actually the tariff for China, and then it went tit for tat in the Biden administration, and then now it has been really done even much more harder. So the thing is the world economy going to handle this? Is it able to handle this, or this must stop? I think this must stop at a certain level, but where is actually America going to stop this, or Donald Trump going to stop this? So we are also not only seeing tariff, but we have the instability of the world. The world is so unstable right now. We have Russia war, and then Russian-Ukraine war. You have Africa, which is actually very unstable. You have Congo, which is very unstable. And Congo is very important in this picture, because Congo provide a lot of minerals for the world, for the development of the world. And Congo, it's being unstable, which creates actually a very unstable market for the production of EVs and all these technologies that are around the world. So yeah, so I think we are seeing a Donald Trump who is coming in to play a very big role, and to occupy actually a very big place in the room, and that is very important. That is very important for the world, to actually bring everybody together, or else you have actually a distraction of everything that's going on. So please, if you like this, please make sure that you actually share. You like our channel, you share, and see you on the next one.